Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, is Sami Zayn sure about this one?
The dead man gives his thoughts on CM Punk's Fed return.
Seth Rollins might have a new WWE role in the works.
And Buddy Matthews has unfortunately suffered an injury. I'm Adam Wilborn.
He's on his honeymoon, that's rough.
Hey!
Poor guy. Hello, I'm Andy.
This is the news.
Alright, let's kick this one off. Bit of a reaction to a Raw development rather than, a major scandal or anything like this. But yeah, they booked an unsanctioned match for Elimination Chamber between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Now, it's notable because WWE doesn't book a lot of unsanctioned matches.
No.
The idea is that if anything bad happens to the competitors, the promotion will wash its hands.
Hold harmless agreement and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get injured, it's Adam Pearce in the segment actually said you must take on the risk with none of the reward, because even if you win, it doesn't count. From WWE's standpoint.
Yes.
Of course, AEW has done a bunch of unsanctioned matches over the years with similar themes and tones. The thing over there was when they were properly calculating the wins and losses, it wouldn't go on your record and all that stuff. So, I definitely think there's a place for them in wrestling, and I think it should be used for feuds like this.
Yes.
So it came together in pretty much the opening segment on Raw. You say opening segment, there's 7 minutes of recaps, but then you get the opening segment.
Everyone's walking in. Bloody hell, what's like to call this?
Come on. Who's this Sami guy? Sami came out and he was like, I'm not 100%, but I'm here standing. I'm ready for a fight. This is after on SmackDown, by the way. He was like, yeah, boys, my neck's broken.
His head didn't move in that promo.
Yeah. He cut that promo from looked like his bedroom, when he was like, I am sore and I should not be doing anything. And then Raw, he's like, give me a fight. He's got too much fight for his own good, this Sami Zayn, let me tell you. Adam Pearce came out and he was like, you can't get cleared, man. I can't book the match.
How many times are going to tell you?
And then Sami got really angry. Pearce was like, look, if he wraps the chair around your neck and drags you up the concourse, I can't stop him. If he hits you with another pile driver, another, I cannot stop him. Do you understand what this means? It's your blood feud, your career-long rival. And Sami was like, turned into Batista almost, give me what I want. And the match was made. So that's on the books. Elimination Chamber is the 1st of March in Toronto, which Sami explained was the city that holds a lot of significance for him and Kevin Owens. Look, they're really going for the drama of the hurt man against this violent sociopath Kevin Owens. I think it's a good bit of storytelling. It's the perfect kind of stipulation for this match, because what could feel more outlaw, what could feel more transgressive than the promotion going, hey, we're not going to sanction this, but if you want to fight and hurt yourself, go for it, Chief. I think it's really good.
I just love it. Newsflash, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are quite good at promos.
Wow.
Hot take of the year right there.
You're going to annoy someone with that. Watch out.
Look, I love this, and I especially love it that it's going down at Elimination Chamber. I know there was a lot of discussion of why are they doing it now? Why aren't they doing it at WrestleMania? I prefer this, to be honest. They clearly would want to do it in somewhere like Canada. I know it's not Montreal, but Toronto is not a bad difference maker in that. And I just think, they're going to be given more time on that sort of a card. There's, I think, 4 matches, including theirs, now on there. You've got the 2 Elimination Chamber matches and Tiffy and Trish teaming up, which I love. But yeah, look, these two could just, fight on every episode of TV for a year and I wouldn't get tired of it. I absolutely love it. Me and Hamlet were talking about this on the SmackDown Review podcast yesterday, and I put it to him that despite the amazing stuff that WWE has done over the last 3 or so years, getting Cody Rhodes in, bringing CM Punk back, ridiculous business, all over the world basically. One of the best things they've done is kept hold of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because in 2021, 2022, it looked like they were probably heading out the door and going to AEW. Understandably, it was doing great guns and their mates were there, and then they dangled those carrots in front of Kevin and Sami. Kevin, how would you like Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event of WrestleMania? And Sami, do you want to have some fun with Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah.
And it worked great for both of them.
Do you want to have the best celebrity match ever?
Yeah.
Great stuff. They're 2 WWE MVPs for sure. And look, I don't think it happening at Elimination Chamber means it isn't happening at WrestleMania.
No.
It's an unsanctioned match after all, so in a kayfabe universe, it's quite easy to then, Although, you know, there is, like, how do you make if they do it at Mania, right? How do you make it feel like an escalation from an unsanctioned? The only way I can think of is if, like, the unsanctioned match is literally just Kevin Owens jumping Sami and beating the crap out of him. Like, if it's just 5 minutes of Kevin, he hits him with free package pile drivers.
That NXT title match that they had, where it didn't really happen.
It was great. It was so good. More of an angle than a match in a lot of ways. And if you use a similar layout, you can get to that. I think these guys are just two of the best, two MVPs. Even when creative was bad and the old man was writing just pish every week, they still made their stuff quite good. They are wonderful marvels, and they deserve all of the flowers while they can still smell them.
Quick conspiracy theory for you. I think they aren't going to do it again at WrestleMania, but only because I think, A, we're going to have this unsanctioned match that may or may not, the finish have involvement from a certain Randy Orton returning, because obviously they've still got to circle back to that when another person Kevin Owens tried to kill. But also, looking at this, if they decide not to do it at WrestleMania, do not panic, ladies and gentlemen, because now I think that if that happens, Sami Zayn wins the Saudi Rumble and they circle back to this at next year's WrestleMania, but with a world title on the line.
Nice. And it's Sami and Kevin. You can do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
You can do it like in 2 years, 3 years, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's the one pairing that never gets boring.
No,
never gets boring.
Absolutely love it.
Just for the love of God, like, I like Randy Orton. Triple threat at WrestleMania.
No,
thank you. Stop trying to book triple threats and fatal four ways, please. Stop it.
What's wrong with this? There's loads of really good singles matches at last year's WrestleMania. You just follow that blueprint and unfortunately annoy a few people.
Yeah. But what if we added Braun Breaker? And I like Braun Breaker too. Why am I saying him?
That AJ Styles catch on Raw. Jesus Christ. That might have been better than this promo.
It's magnificent.
Anyway, let's talk a little bit about CM Punk. In fact, before we do that, you know, WWE's going all over the world. Canada. So are we. We're going slightly further in terms of where we're travelling. We're going all around the UK as part of our world tour. Manchester, Belfast, Glasgow, London, along with all the WWE dates. And do not worry if you've got tickets to those WWE shows. If you come to our show, you'll have plenty of time to get over and watch, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, whatever. Do join us for them. But also, we are heading to Las Vegas the Friday night before WrestleMania weekend. We are doing the biggest SmackDown watch-along ever at the HyperX Arena. It looks awesome. It's going to be awesome. And we'll be doing all the usual good stuff. Live show, Q&As, meet and greets. You can get your photos with all of us. And if you join us for the Las Vegas show, Simon Miller is going to be filming Ups and Downs in the HyperX after SmackDown. So if you want to get yourself on Ups and Downs, do come along to that. WhatCulture.com/tickets.
Yes, absolutely. Buy them now.
And we're doing it in partnership, of course, with Sweet Chin Disco, which takes place after all of those shows. Join us for that one as well. Me and Mark Henry. What?
The boys.
Dice.fm if you want to get tickets to that one. But yes, I was going to talk to you about CM Punk. He's returned to WWE. He's been a good boy, hasn't he?
So far, so good.
May have earned himself a WrestleMania main event just yet, but the dead man has passed judgment on him. LFG, let's see what he's got to say. He was on Busted Open, and he's really praised CM Punk since he returned to WWE. I'm not going to do the voice for once. He said, he's actually very pleasant to be around. It's like a different guy. It's like a weight has been lifted off him. Before he left the first time, he was very aloof, sometimes combative. One of those guys that wanted to fight for every hill, even if it wasn't in a good way. Now he's caught up with people, engaging in conversations. It tells me that's probably a consistent thing for him now. Lovely to hear.
I don't think he has much of a choice, to be fair.
No.
Right? If he was combative and aloof, and this didn't work out, he'd have nothing left in wrestling to do.
No.
Really. He's not going to go back to AEW. Everyone hates him. And that would pretty much be it. I guess he could go to TNA, but then they're not going to pay him what he wants, and they're cutting people's salaries and stuff, so he probably doesn't have much of a choice.
It is fed or bust, isn't it?
Yeah. But also... whether you believe WWE have been testing him with some of the stuff they put him in or not, by all accounts, you know, we haven't had any backstage brawls, we haven't had any blow-ups at press conferences, we haven't had shoot promos that are aimed at people you've had issues with backstage.
Muffins getting lobbed at people's heads.
Yeah, Larry Ace Steel showing up and biting people's arms. Yeah, there's been none of that. So cool.
Yeah, I mean, look, on the surface, it seems like he's having a great time, doesn't it? Like he had the feud of the year, in my opinion, with Drew McIntyre last year. Didn't quite get the flowers in terms of the promos for that and the Wrestling Observer Awards. More of a Drew McIntyre carrying that side of things. So. But yeah, look, he's been featured in a huge way, even when he was injured at WrestleMania, let's not forget. And I anticipate big things. I'm still keeping everything crossed that he wins the Chamber, but even if he doesn't do that and go on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, big things for him at WrestleMania regardless.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm starting to lean towards the idea that he will win the Chamber. That'll be good because, here's my cynical, snarky take on this Cody Rhodes potential matches. You can't do the CM Punk, you left WWE promo with that because Cody left as well.
Yeah.
So you can't, it forces them to do something new with it, which is good. And their promo battles so far have been good too. So
I'm more of an American dream than you are.
I'm an American. I'm not American. What am I talking about? Yeah, there you go.
We wish we were American.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I'm sure we'll have more in a couple of weeks after the Chambre.
Yeah.
Chambre.
But nice to hear some kind words there from the dear man, and I'm very excited. We're going to be reviewing the first episode of LFG later on this week on the podcast side of things. What Culture Wrestling Podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. Me and the Dudleys, very excited to watch that, and some young upstarts getting put in their goddamn place.
Yeah, respecting the business.
Respect Bubba goddamn Ray Dudley.
Oh my god.
He's in that orgasmic trance.
That clip that did the rounds of Bubba Ray Dudley and that guy in the ring. I wanted them both to shut up.
Have you seen the follow-up to that? I've seen a leaked bit of footage. Well, not leaked, it's already out there. I've just seen it clipped on Twitter. Have you seen the follow-up when the dead man puts that boy in his place?
Oh, I need to see that.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Find that for me later on.
Yes.
Right, let's move over to Seth the Chef Rollins. Hey, what's he doing?
He's cooking up.
He's catering. He's the boss of catering.
That's where he is. He wasn't in the main event of Raw. He's just sitting in catering.
Making omelettes and stuff. No, he isn't making omelettes and he's not in catering.
I hate omelettes.
He's maybe moving into... Ooh, interesting move. He's in more of a creative... I have lost my train of thought. It's back on the rails. He is potentially moving into more of a creative role. He's looking at it. He's considering it. So he had an interview with Bloomberg, Henning's brother, of course, where he said... he was talking about retirement. What's next for you in your career? He said, it's still a ways off, obviously. I mean, I'm closer to the end of my career than the beginning, but the end ain't here yet. I'm kind of in my prime right now, he continued. My mental and physical are kind of like locked in right now, where my physical hasn't declined too much and my mental side is really on the rise as I'm starting to see the industry from a different angle. That part I'm really focused on. I think we're in the early stages of conversations about what it might look like for me in the future in an executive or in a creative role or whatever that may be. But again, that's in its infancy. That's like, hey, maybe would you like to think about that down the road? Right now I'm focused on what I'm doing in the ring and helping out the best I can. So yeah, it looks like he's thinking, hey, when this ends, what do I want to do? And easing into a creative role, that probably makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it guarantees him a job in WWE basically for life. So... makes sense for him.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Triple H and the people he's brought in or put around him, and it's people he is a fan of, clearly, or friends with, and I could easily see Seth Rollins, like you say, a lot further down the road, but nevertheless, going into that sort of it, because he has kind of been through everything. He's been a babyface, he's been a heel that doesn't work, he's been a babyface that doesn't work, he's been world champion, he's main evented WrestleMania, he's got stuff over that we thought, is this really going to work for him? I think he'd be a fantastic mind to rely upon down the road, but yeah, this is a long way off because he's got a lot of stuff clearly that he still wants to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done everything basically. He's won everything. He's main evented the biggest shows, but nevertheless, a great person, no doubt, to have on that creative team eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Clearly a guy who has a lot of ideas and is very invested in his own ideas as well. So that will put him in a good position.
Yeah, and if all else fails, put on a silly coat.
It inexplicably cost $5,000.
The top he was wearing on last night made him look like the topping, like the lattice topping on a pie.
Hey, how much money does this guy spend on clothes?
Oh.
Like, do you think he sells them like he vintages them afterwards?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah. Well, it was his username. Like, he probably has to hide it, so it's not like...
Reth Solins.
Yeah, there you go. Lopi Colbez.
Yeah.
Something like that. Tyler Black. No one will know
But
that.
he is the last person in the chamber. Congratulations to him and to Roxanne Perez, who qualified last night as well.
Good. Well done.
We'll be talking all about that on the Raw Review podcast in a bit.
Achieved your dreams.
Neither of them are winning. Let's conclude with some bad news coming out of AEW Grand Slam. Buddy Matthews is injured. There was a bit of speculation on this. There was a little bit of footage and photos shown when Buddy Matthews made his entrance at AEW Grand Slam against Kazuchika Okada, and he sort of rolled his ankle, didn't he, as he was getting into the ring, and that has been confirmed by PW Insider. He's favouring the ankle, which means fair play. That finish to that match that was just 100 miles an hour was even better because he was working with a rolled ankle. Yeah. He was seen using a crutch in several photos that were posted to social media, which is a bit of a downer because, in better news, him and Rhea Ripley are finally off on honeymoon. They got married all the way back in June, but it seems like now is the one time in their calendars that they can be like, right, Rhea, you're not doing anything at the chamber, buddy. You know, Hands of Hell can be put on pause for a bit. Go off and enjoy your honeymoon, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea Ripley captioned the post, by the way. Ain't no roly-poly ankles gonna keep us down. Let the honeymoon commence.
Poor guy having to hobble around on his honeymoon he's been waiting for 8 months. That's a pain in the butt. No word on how long he's going to be out for or anything like that, is there?
No, nothing yet.
Okay, cool. The timing's naff because the Hounds of Hell just really started, but at least he was still able to go and do the match with Okada in Australia, which probably meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
It was still a good match as well, so fair play to him for not just persevering, basically.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of strength, and maybe working through injuries isn't always the wisest idea sometimes, but he did it and he went after it, and I can't hate that.
No, exactly. What a couple of times he's had, by the way, wrestling in Australia. He's done the Grand Slam for AEW, and then of course I think he won the Cruiserweight title in the Fed.
Super Showdown.
Yes.
Super Showdown. Was that in Perth? I think it was.
Yeah.
It's where St. Johnston play.
AEW heading back to Australia, right?
Yeah, next year.
Very
next
exciting.
Year, baby.
We'll be there for that one.
No, we won't.
Okay.
Have you seen flights these days?
Try.
We will definitely not be there.
You have to fly. You can get a boat. It'll just be 6 weeks of us doing the news on a boat.
What's up? Yeah, I'm seasick for the 50th consecutive day on my hammock.
This is all the news.
In this oil tanker. I'm surrounded by haulage and crates.
Unless someone's popping over, we'll just jump in the back of the plane with you. It's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Just nip into Australia for the day.
Yeah, anyone got a private jet? Let us know.
But get well soon to Buddy Matthews and enjoy your honeymoon. I wonder what they're going to... Well, I know what they're going to get up to. But other than that, I wonder what else they're going to get up to. What, couples activities?
Probably listening to metal.
Axe throwing.
Yeah, they're probably they're on a beach in Bali somewhere listening to Slayer.
Yeah.
That's what they're that's what they're doing. It's a beautiful day and they've got Angel of Death going, wah! Awesome. Yeah. That's what I would do, to be fair. So
sounds like a good honeymoon, to be honest.
Yeah, why not? But
let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and while you're at it, why not check out this video right here?
Would you like to know some secrets?
Ooh.
Here they are. There's one from every year.
Every year?
Every year. Most years in WWE history. Okay. Basically from the 80s onwards. It's really good.
It is good. Check it out.
Yep.
Bye.
Peace.